Hey guys, this is Mongolian Mindset, and we're going to finish the last cognitive function, extroverted feeling. And today I got Shelly with me. She's going to be helping me. You guys know the first thing we're going to do is play a clip from Dario Nardi, and then we'll be going over our notes with that. Extroverted feeling is my demon function, and is Shelly's trickster function, ENTJ and INTJ. So we are not very great with this function, but we're gonna do our best to deliver this as if you are blind, deaf, and dumb, and you needed to understand this shit, okay? Even for you fucking monkeys over at Personality Database who can't understand a function to save your life, you will be able to walk away and type people better with functions, okay? That's our overall goal, is to make the community better. We're not asking for anything, so like, comment, and subscribe, but we're gonna start this. All right, Shelly, you ready for this?
As ready as I will be.
So let's get into the feeling functions. And we're going to start with the extroverted feeling, which is an orientation to social values and the social world and where we fit in with that. I call it friendly hosting. It's not always friendly, and it's not always about hosting. Sometimes it's about shepherding, and sometimes it's also about being nasty. But for the most part, it tends to be friendly hosting. And there's this process of nurturing trust and giving relationships. So there's a sense of back and forth in relationships and how to grow those, how to nurture them. The basic use is honoring others' needs and preferences. Stopping and asking, for example, when entering a room and giving a presentation, what value do all the people in the room share? Or asking about a loved one when they come home from work, what is it that they need? And this may give pause. Some people will think, listening, oh, it is a very, common function for many people that's preferred. Of course, I do that all the time. In fact, many times I end up putting my needs ahead of other people's needs. But then there are also folks who even the basic use takes that little bit of extra effort to be reminded, oh, I need to wonder, like, what is the other person's needs? Or what are the values of other people? Advanced use is about connecting with people by sharing values and taking on their needs as your own. So there's this idea of like, let's get together and go out to lunch and tell our story.
So when I think about extroverted feeling, the first thing that comes to my mind is fucking Superman. Okay, he's always rushing in to take on other people's needs more than his own. Yeah.
About what's happening and empathize with each other and give each other.
And please remember that FI is sympathy and FE is empathy. That's very important to remember. The empathetic people are going to be FE users. Sympathetic users are going to be FI. Okay, it's a difference.
Like really hear what the person is saying, like what they need, and then show up for them. In fact, this is even a person that I don't like so much, but she's part of my social circle, and she's an important position on the school board as well. And she's actually really not that bad. Maybe I just don't know her that well,
And that's the reason why a lot of people can say extroverted feeling. People can be very fake.
I could give her another chance. And there's this implicit understanding that everybody is different to some extent. So like, why get into all the details? Like, let's just follow the social norms and niceties on the surface so that all of us can reasonably get along. We now return to our fellow pilgrims who are traveling to find the answer from this cartoon about extroverted feeling, the friendly host. A group of pilgrims travels many months to visit a sage on a mountaintop. The pilgrims enter the temple and ask, what is enlightenment? And the sage replies, how will you use this to benefit others? So are we to sit in a cave hidden away from the world when we have this answer, or to find the answer? Or is enlightenment something to be shared, perhaps even tested by our interactions with others? Few things are as good a teacher of life, right, as trying to, is attempting to enlighten our colleagues, friends, and especially our family members. What is that saying? A prophet is never taken seriously in his or her hometown. There is also a selfless quality, of course, of using this to benefit others in society. We are part of a community or communities of people. And this asks us then to look at what communities we belong to. Who is it that we are going to, quote, help? And what is it that they actually need? Are there different kinds of answers to give different people? In fact, this even ties back in with introverted thinking, how the opposites or polarities work together. That's perhaps a model or framework of people, and then understanding what it is or how it is, that even if everyone benefits from the same answer, how it is that we can deliver it differently, how it is that we'll put it into practice. So what are our values, society's values, really then is what is motivating us or assisting us. How is it that we can best benefit others? What are some strengths that come with this? One is communication. These folks love to communicate. And that can show up as sharing information about their lives. It can show up as noticing that there's a problem and then wanting to let people know in the public or friends, if it's about oneself, that, hey, there's this problem going on. Noticing that another person is not doing well, is depressed or something like that, and coming to them and offering, hey, you know, this something has worked for me, like maybe it could work for you. Or, you know, just that I'm a resource and you can come to me. So they do a lot of evaluating and communicating their preferences, the needs, opinions, in order to build trust and enhance relationships. So when we share this information, like what is it that I really value, what is it that I need, we're allowing ourselves to be vulnerable. Now, it isn't a deep vulnerability necessarily. It can be one that's simply like, oh yeah, we're all in school and like we have different interests and we hang out with each other and we tell each other some basic stuff, not like the really deep things, but enough so that we build this bond over time that then like deepens and is a healthy kind of social bond. They enjoy being sociable, enjoy hosting, making friends, and not wanting to everything be like depressed all the time or like too serious. You can get serious, but like also sometimes you just have to self-disclose in building relationships, and they expect this give and take to happen back and forth, but also wanting things to be generally positive socially, to put a smile on things. Social.
All right, so that's enough from Dario Nardi. Highly recommend you guys pick up his Udemy course. We'll be putting the links in the bio, but we're gonna go over our notes, which is a collective of a whole bunch of authors and what we feel to be the best stuff. So, Shelly, you ready for this?
Sure.
Okay. So today we're gonna be breaking out extroverted feeling. Our sources are Dario Nardi, John Beebe, Linda Barnes, and Carol Shoemate. For John Beebe, when asked to come up with 3 words to describe extroverted feeling, he used validating, affirming, and then relating. Okay. Shelly, you want to go ahead and read the purpose? We'll go back.
To create a harmonious community, FE equates to ethics, FI equates to morals, seeks relationships above all, understands others' values.
Okay, so these people are going to be more about what other people value and not what they value. The people that are going to be more about what they value is going to be FI users. Okay, FE can absorb others' emotions. They know how you're feeling, generally speaking, if they're pretty strong ones. The thing that bothers me the most, I got an ENFJ friend, and like one time we had ran into one of our buddies we ain't seen in a very long time, right? And Jerry runs up, he's hugging him. I looked at Jerry, I gave him this look like, what the fuck you doing? Like, we ain't hugging this motherfucker. We ain't seen this motherfucker in months. And Jerry's like, man, you know how I am, man. Like, what the fuck you doing, Like, because he just wants to hug everybody. He just wants to give everybody a good time. He wants to make everybody feel good. That's just who he is. I'm like, get that shit the fuck out of here, Jerry. But he's a great guy, man. Like, he's ENFJ. If I tell Jerry, like, he needs to, like, if I give him a mission, Jerry will get it done. He is one of the people that care more about others than himself. I swear to God, like, if I'm like at a bar or something, I'm like, Jerry, I gotta go piss. He will kick everybody out the bar. I mean, he'll kick everybody out the bathroom and let me go piss. I swear to God, like, this shit's fucking crazy. You can't write this shit in the book. And that's something what he does to make me feel good, because he's all about helping other people. And that's an ENFJ for you. The basic use is honoring others' needs and preferences. Okay, Shelly, you switch back and forth with me. You're on advanced use.
Connect with people by sharing values and taking on their needs as your own.
Yeah, so we talked about that. So it's gonna be real hard for me and Shelly to take on your needs over our own. It's gonna be really fucking hard, okay? Because we got very low You might have to do some shit to, yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's really, really, really gonna be tough.
Might have to point some stuff out to us.
Yeah. And to understand other people's values and stuff like that, man, to be honest, I just don't give a damn about them. I swear to God, I just fucking don't give a damn about it. I'm just gonna be straight up honest. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I just flat out don't give a damn what you value. Like, to be as mean as possible. Like, let's get the job done. I don't even care. Like, go take that shit somewhere else, you know. What's the job? What's the mission at this moment? And then after that, hey, you can do what you need to do, okay? But that's just how I see it. I think Shelly's is a little bit different, right? Well, how do you see it? You're just unaware of what people value?
I think I placed so much credence on my own FI, like what is important to me, that that I don't even look at what is important to other people.
So Shelly's is the trickster. So the trickster is because of the overexpression of the child, she's unaware of other people's values. That's why INTJs can be very annoying people, because it's just me. They're me monsters. Me monsters. Me. As in somebody like myself, I just don't give a damn. I just don't like. Or whenever I try to use FE, it's like hit or miss, dude. It's like hit or fucking miss. Like, I could be right or I could be fucking terribly fucking wrong. So I don't even attempt to even fucking use it. I'm at the point in my life where I don't even attempt to use it. I just flat out ask somebody, yo, how do you feel, man, about this? Like, if I'm like going too far or some shit, I'm just gonna straight up just ask them, because for me to guess, I'm gonna be wrong every time. You know, so the roles mirrors or reflects others' feelings. So like we said, like, these people can really mirror you. I'm so annoyed with Jerry right now. He has literally mirrored me to the T. This motherfucker sends me shit sounding just like me because he's been around me for so long. And I'm like, Jerry, bro, you can't be sounding like fucking me. There's only one fucking me. Okay, Jerry, get that shit the fuck out of here. But they can mirror people very well. Like, if they got that FE and SE, oh my goodness. They can mirror that environment perfectly. Like, whenever they get an environment, they become like the environment. Oriented to the group instead of the individual. Like we said, they serve the group. Identify the needs and emotions of others. They're very good at reading emotions. I remember one time I was working with Stafford, he's another ENFJ, and like, me and one of my coworkers had got into it, and Stafford was like, yo, the emotions in this room is different. I'm like, what you talking about? Like, I'm like straight up trying to hide it. He's like, nah, man, you ain't hiding that shit. What's going on? You know? And I'm just like, fuck. But they can just read that shit, you know. I was like trying to hide it good. Like, she's like, yo, there's something wrong here. You know, he can just read it. Desires external harmony, obviously, connects with others by affirming and validating them. Even like the ENTPs or whatever, when they're in good spirit, they'll validate how you feel and your point of view, and then they'll give you the truth with TI. Okay. I've noticed that, like, if you go back and look at some of the mega lives that Malcolm is in, you'll see him do that. Overlook own values for the sake of the group. Like we said, these people are at risk of losing who they are. That will go into the realm of people pleasing. People pleasing tendencies will come from this. So if you see a people pleaser, generally they're an FE user. Okay.
Yeah, I think they can overuse it and then become resentful. It's not reciprocated. Also, when using this mental function, a person may appear focused on other people and their concerns, a wonderful host, a natural conflict mediator, a self-sacrificing martyr, and can come off as manipulative and insincere.
Yeah. So yeah, you like, if you have been around an FE user, man, you never know if they're just manipulating you or not, you know? Because I swear to God, like, they make you feel good, and then the second you're not around, they could be blasting you, you know? When I think about them,
That's why I have like such trust issues with them. It's because I said my own lack of value for FE. I think that's why I have such trust issues with, like, I see what they're doing it's like it doesn't make sense. So
Yeah,
it seems
I mean,
but
I've
I
just
mean, to them, they're just naturally trying to be
yeah,
good, fit in, and keep the peace.
yeah. But I mean, I've seen it sometimes where, like, a buddy of mine, he didn't even like the fucking guy, and he's like, all up in his face, making him feel good, and then the second he leaves, like, man, I fucking hate that motherfucker, and I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like, what are you doing? Like, so why you being nice to the dude? Just fucking tell him, like, yo, I don't want to be around you, or like, I don't want you around, like, but they can't.
Oh yeah, my brother-in-law did that stuff too.
Say, what the fuck, bro? Just tell it how it is. Okay, so activities that might engage this mental function, asking about others' welfare, family, or job. When those people are asking about that, they want to see what you value. That's what they're shooting for. So when you see people in, like, when we're doing our typings or whatever, and they're talking about what other people value or how do you feel about something, that's FE, man. That's FE. Selecting a gift that would please another without reflecting on one's own taste. See, they're not using, any of FI there. They're using this FE. Networking, mirroring another's emotion state to affirm or moderate the effect. Empathize with people, absorb others' feelings, taking on others' needs, sharing community values, making others feel good. So something to take away from this is they understand what the community values. So ethics is outside. That's what everyone is valuing, while FI is what that person subjectively is valuing. So you have to remember that they understand the values of the community. Okay.
Going back to that a little bit, it makes me feel a little self-conscious whenever I'm around like a FE hero, because they're all about asking other people how they're doing and like what's going on in their life. And I so lack that makes me feel, like I'm a shitty person.
Yeah,
Anyways,
I mean that's a big part of being like charismatic. It's like being able to like get people and make people feel a certain way. That's a big part about being charismatic. Whether you use it with SE or you do use it with FE, like it's a big part of it.
Okay, so activities that might inhibit this mental function: criticizing or debating. Obviously, this makes someone feel bad or creates a bad environment. Focusing on one's own opinions, logical analysis, detaching emotionally, solitary action away from the company of others.
Yeah. So naturally speaking, these people are going to be more people focused. Like criticizing of debating obviously would be something that inhibits FE because you're making someone feel bad. Focusing on one's own opinion, obviously, if you're doing that, that's FI and not FE. Logical analysis, TI and FE are on the axis. So if you're using FE, then you're not using TI. It's just how it works. Okay. Detaching emotionally, obviously, if you're detaching emotionally with TI, then that's fucking going to inhibit that. But damn, I gotta read all this. Shelly, you're reading the yin and yang. I don't care. If I gotta read all of this, you're reading the fucking yin and yang. Okay, so this is gonna be the FE overall. Be putting my 2 cents in as we go. Often you are at ease with social conversations and know just the right words to say to someone. Obviously, I've watched Kyle do this shit. He's an ENTP. I watched Jay do this shit. And I'm just like sitting back, like, how does motherfucker know what to say? Or like, how does motherfucker? I'm just like, what the fuck, man? I'm over here like trying to take notes and shit. I'm like at the bar. At the bar, I'm with the notes. Like, man, next time I get in this shit, I'm gonna do this. But that's what you got to do when you suck at a certain function. You got to watch other people who are good at it. You often feel pulled to take care of everyone or even whole groups, either physically or emotionally. Very notable self-sacrificing. Meeting the needs of others is energizing until your own needs are ignored for too long. See, Shelly talked about that earlier, where she said, like, eventually you'll end up resenting people because of that. You place importance.
Contracts thing. Like they kind of covert contract you, like doing things for you and then expecting it in return. So
Yeah. You place importance on making space for the expression of feelings, positive or negative. So they want you to express yourself. They want you to feel open, non-judge. They feel guilt. Okay, these people feel guilt. FI is shame. So if someone's talking about guilt or anything like that, that's going to be an FE user. Also, these people are going to be like self-deprecating as well. Forming intimate connections with many people to meet their needs. They easily communicate personally to all persons in a group, so they feel a sense of togetherness. Like, that's what they're about. They warmly give deserved praise and respect to people's feelings and opinions and reciprocate appreciation, honoring the support others give them. When conflict arises, they often give many chances to make amends. That's pretty cool. I didn't even know that. Usually, they just want their needs acknowledged and a genuine apology. They may lose themselves in the process of empathizing with someone says and how much it means to them. Recognize the importance of shared values and social norms to get along. Remember, they're going to be able to see the social norms. You hear a person talking about social norms, FE user can express negative feelings of self or others in such a way that they are acceptable, self-deprecating, generally needs no recognition, but wants to know one's effort made a difference. So they're not here for achievements like a TE user, TEFI user. They're not here for awards, certificates, all that. Just to know that their efforts matter is good enough to them. So generally speaking, if someone's talking about achievements, awards, certificates, all that other shit, they're a TEFI user, okay? They're not an FE user. All right, Shelly, you're up. Take us home.
All right, Dario Nardi, Yin and Yang versions of FE. Shepherd FE, active, focused, fixed, analytical brain, often in business, law, science, or technology. Announce values and prescribe best actions. Corral outliers and encourage them to join the group. Actively work to fix relationships, inspire an orator, or make sacrifices, and ask others to sacrifice in a push to meet needs. And then host FE, be receptive, diffuse, flexible, holistic brain, often in the arts, humanities, or social service. Enjoy supporting your community, family, and friends. Value harmony with others over being right. Sensitive to negative feedback and accommodate people's many differences. Can be very self-sacrificing, as you even help foes.
Yeah. Let us know which one of the yin and yang ones is your strength. Just looking at that, I can see that Jerry is a host. Okay, that's what Jerry is. He's a fucking host. He accommodates many different people. Can even help the enemy sometimes. I'm like, Jerry, what the fuck you doing? What the fuck are you doing? But they're good people. They do nice things for everyone, and they take over a lot of people needs over themselves to a point that I think it stunts their growth, sadly enough. But if you're doing a typing or anything, you want to look for empathy, you want to look for guilt, you want to look for talking about like what other people value. You want to look at self-deprecating. You want to look at are they talking about what other people feel? Are they empathizing? Those are generally the things you want to look at if you're looking for typing dysfunction or finding dysfunction. And then on top of that, we've already shared what TI is. So if you see synergisms as well with that, then you know this person is a TI-FE user. So we have finished FE. Let us know what you think about this. And comment below. I think in the future we'll be doing the interaction styles, breaking those down so that everyone's on the same page. We feel as though we want everyone to be on the same page. We don't care about making money or anything like that. We just want to help the community. But Shelly, you got any last words?
No, I don't think so.
All right, well, we're out, guys. All right, Shelly, I got to end this. Okay.